All right, we're here with Chris Duckett, the principal of Upper Columbia Academy Elementary School, and he also teaches the upper grades. And we're going to talk to him today about the Helping Hands program that he has just gotten the grade school involved with. This involves raising some money, getting some equipment. Can you tell us about it, a quick sketch?
Yeah, so my classroom of 5th or 8th graders would love to get a 3D printer so we can download hand files, print them out, and assemble them, and then give them to kids without fingers so that when they move their wrist, it closes the fingers with some cables. It's a body-powered prosthesis. And then when they put their wrist back, it opens the fingers up. So it enables a child or a young person or even an adult that's interested to be able to pick up stuff that they once were not able to do.
Yeah, so prosthetic 3D printed hands.
Out of plastic.
That's pretty amazing. So if you're printing out the components of these hands, who's going to put it all together?
Yeah, the kids, they're going to be involved in this process as much as possible, where they will get a picture of a recipient's arms with some measurements, and we input those measurements into online software, which the kids can do, and then they email us the file, and we put it on an SD card, put it in the printer, and wait 20 to 24 hours for all the parts to be printed, and take it off the print bed. And then that's when the fun part is when we can start piecing it together using actual parts that were printed out, as well as some screws and elastic and non-elastic cable.
So the students will be doing that part. They'll be doing assembly.
Mm-hmm. And they can they'll be able to customize the hand file if needs be, if the recipient wants it certain colors or a theme, and
it will be customized to not only to their hand or their arm, but also to their color preferences and
favorite sports team or whatever. I mean, the sky's the limit for what we could do to the hand, which makes it really fun and personalized for the individual.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, how do you find these people? How do you hook up with people who need hands?
So the original way we came into wanting to do this project is through a website called enablingthefuture.org. And they connect volunteers like us with printers with people that request hands. And they match us together. And there's some paperwork, there's a lot of communication to make sure that what we make is something that's useful and beneficial to the recipient and their family. And there's some education involved in the process, so the family knows how to fix it or knows how to contact us so we can help them fix it or replace parts as needed. And it's just the whole reason it's called Enabling the Future is we're trying to enable families and kids without fingers to be able to have abilities to do things that they didn't have before.
Right. Well, what are some of the costs associated with, I mean, obviously a 3D printer is not a free item, and then it's also going to cost you something for supplies, and what's it going to cost the families for you to provide them with hands?
So the cost for us, for our school, is $2,500 for the printer, and we've done some extensive research into what printer would work best for doing this and meeting our needs of printing other things in class for different subjects. And then we think it'll cost about $1,500 more for supplies and tools to maintain the printer and to be able to print lots of hands and objects with it. The real amazing part about this project is a professional prosthetic it usually costs between $10,000 and $40,000 for an individual. And for a kid without fingers that's constantly growing, to be able to continue to customize that, it can be hard for some families, especially if they don't have insurance. And so what we can do is we can print out a hand, assemble it, and it costs about $40, and we give that to them for free.
All right, so the family doesn't have a cost, and for you it's about $40 plus, of course, the initial outlay of about $4,000. And I assume you're fundraising for that.
Oh yeah, we have an Adopt a Classroom webpage where people can give via check or credit card, and 100% of their donation goes to our project. And we hope to get it as soon as possible so we can send our first hand off to Enabling the Future, and they can make sure we've created a quality print and assembled hand that works well, and then they'll start matching us with people, which is the super exciting part. And ideally, we want people of Spokane to hear about this so that we can connect with people in our area, our local area, and personally deliver these hands to people versus doing it across the country.
Yeah, which I'm sure you'll be doing some of that, but how much more exciting for the kids to know that they're connecting with someone right in their own community.
Absolutely.
And what is the plan for supplies going forward? I mean, what are the costs going to be going forward? Are they pretty minimal?
Yeah, the main thing to maintain this project will be to continue to buy filament, the plastic spaghetti noodle type of thing that gets fed into the printer and extruded onto the print bed in a micro thin layers to make the 3D object. But those cost $35 for a 1 kilogram spool, and that's, I mean, and also the kits, the materials needed to assemble the hands. We'll have to purchase those materials. So those are the main ongoing costs.